How's it going, everybody? Rybread here today, and welcome back to the off-season after we were named the Stanley Cup champions. If you haven't watched the last video where we went ahead and won the Stanley Cup, go ahead and check that out because that was actually a really fun series to do. Thank you guys so much for supporting it and watching it. But now we're off onto the off-season, and we got to see what we want to do. Now, maybe Kyle Okposo, do we trade him away? Who do we re-sign? I'm pretty sure, we rented David Backes to help us get that championship, and I think I might let him go, but there it is, boys. We're at the draft, so we will go ahead and start the draft in this video. I'll do the contracts, and then we'll go to free agency, because I don't think we'll have a ton of cap space to play with, and I don't think we need a ton, because, we did just win the Stanley Cup. Plus, we got a lot of young players. Let's go ahead here. Can I view the contracts? If I can, I'll show you guys the roster. Yes, we can. So yeah, we got a lot of young players that are coming up. Let's go ahead and sort by potential. Yeah, like obviously Jack Eichel, but Michael Dalcal, well, we're going to actually have to re-sign him this year. But Risto, again, is probably going to maybe make a little bit of a jump. Sam Reinhart signed, Marner is signed, Roslovic is signed. Like, we got a lot of young players here that'll be able to grow. This is just in the main roster. Let's go in the system. Yeah, look at this. We got Bean, Foot, Nylander, Sagan, even Gooley or Asplund, or Zykerless could even make or Arthur McNeely. Wow, we got more players in the system than I thought. We got actually a lot more trading assets than I originally thought we did. Hey, Bryson Martin, not too bad. AHL top 2, but no. We'll stick with these guys. These medium guys, like Postler, might see some NHL time. He'll probably just be somebody we would use in a trade anyway. I don't see myself playing him. I know he's a sniper and he can score down there, but we got better players. Even Arthur McNeely might get a call up. Let's go ahead and see who is expiring here as an overall. So Dalcal, Bean, and Gooley all have to be re-signed. So that's not too bad. That's all the expiring contracts. No. Okay, so we're gonna let Backes walk. We probably should let Kulikov walk, because I think Gooley will be good enough to come fill in for Kulikov, and that would save us a lot of cap space. Yeah, sorting by overall is a lot clearer. We'll go ahead and let O'Reilly go, Cal O'Reilly, and then we can give these guys their first contract. Ooh, this guy's actually growing pretty well, Adam Clemmy. I don't think we've actually signed this guy yet, or maybe no, we haven't. Yeah, look at that. So we haven't signed him yet, and he's already a 75 bottom 6 forward, so that's perfect. Goalies. Do we have any goalies coming up on their contract? All right, guys. So all of our goalies are up on their contract. Matt Murray. He doesn't look like he's going to grow much more, but I'd definitely like to re-sign him. If we go ahead and look at his stats, each season he's been pretty consistent, about 2.5 goals. Actually, he's gotten a little bit worse as the seasons have gone on, but pretty good save percentage. Don't forget, this was a bad year for us, 2019-20, in the regular season anyway. Once we got to the playoffs, we took off. But those are contracts. I can go ahead and do those after the draft. So let's go ahead and get the draft started, because I know this is I love drafting, and I love doing free agency and stuff like that, and I love building teams. The season sometimes can get a little bit monotonous and boring when you get to this stage, because you get what am I saying? Yeah, it's basically the same thing over and over again. Can we trade up? Is there anybody that we want? Maybe he's going to be in the mid round here. All right, so that guy's probably going to be good. A left-wing sniper from, what is that, Switzerland? Cool. All right. Well, there's a goalie, guys, in the top 10, Malik. We could trade up and go and get him. Karel Malik, medium backup, which means high fringe starter. He's probably going to be a starter potential. That's not actually that impressive. This guy's going to be a good defenseman. He's either going to be top 4. But let's go ahead and look later on in the rounds if there's anybody we want to go target. Maybe we should draft a goalie, because we don't have a lot of goalies in the system right now. These guys are listed as second round, but AHL starter goes to backup, fringe, and then starter. So we might actually be able to get a starter potential goalie later on. Middle of the round here, though. Offensive defenseman. I don't know if we might want to go ahead and get some more defensemen to grow. Like right here, these guys will be top 4 defensemen. I'm almost positive about it. This guy might be a top 4 defenseman, so of Duda, we'll go ahead and simulate just a couple picks. Actually, there's a defensive defenseman there who we'll go ahead and sim to pick. Oh, so they want our first for a second and a third next year. No, why would I bother doing that? That's just a dumb trade. I don't think I want to trade up into the top 10, maybe trading with LA in the 9th and then get a really good player. But our first rounder doesn't have a lot of value, and I don't know how many more times I can ship off our older defenseman for a higher pick. So let's see here. If we ship off like Dmitry Kulikov, maybe that would work. That's probably not even enough trade value. Ooh, they would be over the salary cap, but it might actually go through. So let's just go ahead and they're over by just a little bit. So skaters matching block. Actually, this guy doesn't. We'll go ahead and go with one of these 7th defensemen. I like this guy. We'll go ahead and snag this guy back up. Okay, so they need more salary cap off the block. Okay, so that's not enough. 0.86. Oh wow, no. All right. So we don't. I don't. You know, I'm not going to move up into the top 10. We're going to go ahead and simulate a couple picks. Okay, so the San Jose Sharks are giving us a second. No. Okay, so there's that medium elite defensive defenseman. That's a good pick for the Blackhawks. Sim pick here. There's that sniper who. Okay, so T. Turris went first overall medium elite. 3 medium elites. Wow, this is a pretty good draft so far. Sim. Oh, I'm going to sim the entire draft, and I'm going to get really upset about it. So there's their 2nd round pick this year and a 3rd round picks next year. That's not too bad, but, you know, we're going to keep declining it. So there's another sniper. Oh, is that Guerin? Yeah, he's low elite, so it's a good thing that they passed on him. No. Okay, this year's 3rd, next year's 2nd. Still no. A power forward, low elite, all right. Oh my god, every pick we're getting offered a trade here. This is a little bit annoying. Is that Evan Van Riemsdyk? I don't even know. Let's see. If we traded Dallas definitely wants to trade with us. So, and they've got lots of cap space. So we'll go ahead and see if they'll take Dmitry Kulikov and a 1st for their pick. So there's our 1st, because we have a 3rd this year, so we actually might have to trade back up into the 2nd. Defenseman, Dmitry Kulikov. Once it loads, yep. Because I definitely think that these guys will be ready to step in. And well, McCabe is obviously going to be a top 6 guy, but I think Bean and Foote will both be our middle pairing. And besides, we could go sign somebody, I'm pretty sure, especially with the amount of cap space we'd save from Kulikov. That might go through. I'm going to see if we can get a 2nd rounder. That 2nd rounder they keep trying to offer us as well. That probably won't go through just because that's a lot of trade value. I mean, look at that. Their first 2 picks for that. We'll give it a shot. Okay. Your contract expires immediately. We are not comfortable. Yeah, that's what I was kind of afraid of. We might not be able to... what if we just gave Kulikov for a 2nd? Like, that way we could move up in the 2nd. Trade rejected. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they're not going to want Kulikov. Oh, well. We'll just go ahead and sim to our pick and see what's there. We might actually have to take one of those goalies. Oh, my God. No. Give me something decent. No. They're trading my 1st, and I get a 3rd next year. I don't know what pick they are. Oh, they were pretty high up there, weren't the Rangers? You know what? We're trading back. You know, we're going to get another offer. Each pick. No, that's this year's 3rd. That's both next year picks. I don't want that. Let's see here. Oh, are we going to go right to our pick that I declined too many times? Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. There's the trade I held out for. This year's 2nd and this year's 3rd. So we would have 2 3rds, and we just moved down a couple picks there because Dallas was pretty bad. So we could still get an upper 2nd round pick, which, you know, we're picking last in the 1st round, so it might as well be a 2nd round pick anyway. And then we get another 3rd this year as well. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that trade. Ooh, look there's some top 4 defensemen out there still. And what went ahead of us? Am I going to be upset? There's a starter, top 9, top 6 defenseman, top 6. Oh, there's a top 6 forward. Who did they draft with our pick, I wonder? A grinder, a low top 9 grinder. So I am not upset about that at all. Yep, that's that. I'm satisfied. I'm very, very satisfied. And we'll go ahead and see who's still on the board and who might be a welcome addition to this team. Okay, so medium AHL top 6, AHL top 4. No. This guy he'll be a top 9 forward. He won't be anything spectacular. This guy will probably be a top 6 or top 9. Oh, here's a top 6 defenseman guaranteed. As far as goaltending, let's see. Mikulak here or Sutton? No. AHL starter. Then you got a backup goalie and then a fringe starter. He could actually become a starting goaltender. AHL top 6. Yeah, there's AHL top 4, AHL top 2. So he'd probably be a 7th D-man. Let's go ahead and look at potential. Bottom 6 forward. There's a 7th D-man. So, a backup goalie projected to go in the 3rd, 4th round. That he might actually be something decent. Like these guys might actually be something decent. So let's go ahead here and take one of these bottoms. You know what? No. Yeah, let's get another defensive prospect in here. You can never have too many. Oh, Bobby Orr. He's coming back. Oh, it's Brett Orr. We don't know much about him. He's 18. And also Lou Westcott is also 18. You know what? We got some offensive defensemen. Let's go ahead and take this defensive defenseman. He's probably going to be a top 6 defenseman. So that's probably the best we're going to get, a top 6 defenseman. Oh, I forgot about it. Fawcett. But he's an enforcer. He's projected to go in the 5th round. He's 18 as well. Or is a right-handed defenseman, which we kind of need left-handed defensemen though. Because let's see, I think Bean is a righty. Bean is a lefty. Risto's a righty. So we got Risto and Fowler who are lefty-righty. Then Foot and so yeah, we'll go with the right-handed defenseman because that's what we wanted to do. Sorry, if I was just thinking through our defenseman. Hey, medium top 6. I'm plenty okay with that. Sim to user pick. We got our next pick coming up in the 3rd round here. Once we get there. Yeah, low top 9. Ooh, there's a Kulikov. Yeah, he's a medium starter potential goalie. So yeah, I hope there's still a goalie. Hey, look, we have back-to-back picks. That's pretty cool. So I don't need to worry about anybody else going. Let's go ahead and Weston here. Oh yeah, wait. One of these guys. 3rd, 4th round for Wisniewski or Graves. Let's see. He's 19, stand-up, backup. He's 18, low backup. So he could become, what is that? Backup. He could a fringe starter, even a starter. And I think Wisniewski might only become a fringe starter. So we'll go with Graves, and we'll keep an eye on Wisniewski, see if he goes. We could actually take both of them and then maybe trade one or sign them both. But we'll go ahead and take Graves and see what he is. Because I think a medium starter, like a mid 3rd round. I'm perfectly okay with that. There we go, guys. We got another goaltender, maybe a goaltender of the future. Top 9 forward. Okay. We could take Reasoner. He could become something. 18 left, playmaker, center. I mean, I know we have McNeely, but you know what? They said that goalie could go in the 4th round. Do we have a 4th round pick? Oh no, he's probably going to go early 4th, late 3rd. You know what? Let's go ahead and take Reasoner. We know he's going to be top 9. I hope it's medium top 9. It's not low top 9. Even high top 9. Oh, it's low top 9. All right. Well, let's go ahead and sim to our next user pick, and then we'll look for that goalie. What was it? Wisniewski? Oh, there he goes. A low starter potential. So, guys, I made the right call when I went for Graves instead of Wisniewski. Perfect. All right. Oh, and this is our pick in the 3rd round. We had a lot of 3rd round picks. I didn't think we had ours in the 3rd. These guys are exact bottom 6 forwards. Bottom 6? Yeah, no. We'll go here because these guys have a chance to become something better. Ooh, there's this, there's the enforcing defenseman. That'd be kind of fun to have. But let's see. Torsten Backer, 6-foot grinder, 176. So, yeah, we're pretty confident about everything. Yeah, his defensive category looks all right for an 18-year-old. Senses look okay. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go with this guy because I think he's the best guy we would get at this point in the draft. What was he? I want to figure it out. And he was low top 9. Okay, you know what? I'm okay with that. You know, because at this point in the draft, you're not going to get a lot of you're not going to get a top 6 or not elite or anything like that. But you are going to get some players that might grow and show some low 80 overall. kind of players. Well, if that enforcing defenseman there, I'm taking them. There's no doubt in my mind I'm taking Fawcett. Ah, Fawcett is gone. Darn it. All right, so what do we have here? AHL starter goalies, AHL top 2. You know, these guys could actually be something. AHL top 2 players can actually maybe grow to an 80 overall sometimes if you get some really good growth out of them. But we could take a shot on this tap horn. You know what? How old is he? If he's not like 19, oh, he's 20. Never mind. If he's going this late, I don't want him. Also 20. Also 20. AHL backup 18. You know what? Let's go ahead and take another goalie. I believe that is Poland, where he's from. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's take another goalie. Well, let's low AHL backup. Hey, a low fringe starter. So we will have some trade potential if we want to trade him away later on. Let's see, trade pick. Oh, never mind. I wanted to make pick. What pick? We're in the 5th round. At the end of the 5th round. I don't think we have a ton of picks left. Maybe we have some 6th as well. But we'll go ahead and just make some picks for fun at this point. McLeod, a defensive defenseman, 20 years of age. No, thank you. Bottom 6 forward, 19. Nick Collins. You know what? We'll go ahead and take, or Norm Collins. We'll go ahead and take him as well because, you know, we just drafted that Polish goaltender. And we'll see, what is he? And he is a low bottom 6 forward. Oh, okay. I mean, wow, I'll take that. And you know what, guys? That's it for the draft. I'm not going to bother with the 6th or 7th round. I'll go ahead and let the computer make these picks. I'm not too worried about these guys. Oh, look, a medium backup goaltender. All right, that's fine. Sim entire draft. That's the one I wanted. And the entry draft is now complete. Oh, so yeah. So we only hit that one more pick anyway. So looks like I just simmed one pick for us because that's right. We traded away our 7th in the Evander Kane deal. We'll go ahead and go to the re-sign phase. I already showed you guys who's going to need to be re-signed. Dalcal and Matt Murray are the 2 big guys. We'll see how much they want, but I will show you guys what I do as soon as I'm done with it. Just as a refresher, just so you guys know, all expiring contracts here. Backus, you know what? I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to release Backus right now. I know some of the guys won't be happy about that, but let's go overall here. Also going to release Kulikov, and then these are the guys we want to keep. So how much cap space do we have? We got 21 million in cap space. Bean, Dalcal, and Goulier are probably going to take the most of that, and maybe even Zykerless. Let's see here. And goaltending, that's right. We need to sign Matt Murray, and yeah. These guys need to be signed. Perfect. So we'll look for a better backup goaltender in free agency. Chad Johnson, how much is he going to want? A one-way deal? Yeah, you know what? I can do that. I'll go ahead and offer everyone a contract, and I will show you guys me simulating a day and show you guys who re-signs. All right, guys, I am back. And I went ahead and signed a whole bunch of people, I think, to a contract. We'll go ahead and advance a day here, see if anybody declines my contract. I doubt they would. O'Reilly, okay. Johnson, Pominville, yep. Para, Brust, Klimmy, Matt Murray, Dalcal, perfect. Austin, Zykerless, Bean, Gooley, Johansson, perfect. I also forgot to look. We don't necessarily need Chad Johnson because if you look in our roster, if we go ahead and just go up to goalies, we got Linus Ullmark here, who's an 80 overall. He's got medium backup potential, but I don't know if he's actually going to hit that medium backup. Chad Johnson could drop, so we might end up trading him away. And we still have $10 million in cap space, so that's quite a bit to work with. I think I'm going to let Porter Jr. go because I re-signed, I think it was Johansson. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it might have been Johansson that I re-signed. But Flood is up to a 78 overall, 21 years of age. So he could get some good growth in past Ullmark or even maybe Johnson. So we'll see about that as far as goaltending. You know, we'll go ahead and get rid of Porter Jr. He just didn't develop enough for us. Defenseman-wise, we have Risto and Fowler again, Bean and McCabe, but I expect Foote to be with Bean on that second pairing, and then we can have Gooley and McCabe. Because Gooley's got a cannon of a shot, and I think, no, he's more defensive-based, so we're going to have a really good defensive-based third pairing. And then down in the AHL, we've got guys like Bryson Martin, Casey Nelson, Brady Austin, Para, and Pominville. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, bear with me. We'll go ahead and sign Orr real quick, just because. There we go. As far as right wingers, we got lots of right wingers, and a lot of our right wingers play left wing, so I'm not too worried about it. But we have Reinhardt and Okposo, who we know play the top line. Then Roslovic and Baptiste and Nylander. Nylander's probably going to get a good jump too. Postler even. I did not re-sign him, but he was already signed. Zykerlus could get a jump. I plan on playing him in the AHL though, unless he gets a really, really good jump. Olofsson is the same, and then down here, yeah, these are a couple of the guys we drafted. I believe it was Backer we drafted. The grinder. I don't believe we didn't draft any of these players. Klimmy. It's nice to see that he's up to a 75. I don't know if he's going to get more consistent growth like that. But as far as left wingers, as you can see, we're a little bit weaker. Marcus Foligno isn't too happy. He's pretty happy because we re-signed Goalie and we won the Stanley Cup and stuff like that. He's really happy with some of the guys on the team. We have him at 1.9 million, so he might be traded away just because 1.9 million for a fourth line player who's honestly his defensive category. I would like to see it higher. But his physical category is really nice, and how he only wants to be a fourth line forward instead of a third line forward. So that'll be fine. Then down the middle, I think we're pretty good because Mitch Martyr can play the wing as well. So maybe McNeely can come up and give us some give that fourth line a little bit of a scoring touch. Same thing with Carrier. Where is Carrier? There he is. So yeah, he might actually grow a little bit too. Maybe good enough to we'll have a good scoring third line. So let's go ahead and simulate up to free agency and see who is available. All right, I think we're gonna get that guy re-signed. Yeah, Brett Orr. We drafted him in what, like the 5th round this year? All right, that's fine. I mean, he's gonna be a top 6 defenseman down in Rochester. I'm not too worried about Rochester, to be honest. I'm more worried about the younger players and all this kind of logjam we have down in the bottom couple lines. Okay, so let's go see who's out there in free agency. Do we go ahead and sign a big name player? Oh, Jesus. Nicholas Backstrom is available. Now, that's not a contract I want to dole out to a 32-year-old. And look at that. The Oilers let Leon Draisaitl go. I know he's a restricted free agent, and I don't plan on signing him, but holy crap, Backus wants a lot of money. Same thing with Kulikov. They're not worth this amount of money, in my opinion. So that's why I let him go. But a guy like Chris Kreider could be okay, but Cogliano, none of these guys look too exciting for me as far as defense is concerned. Let's go here, defenseman. Yeah, these guys are, they're nice players, but I think we're going to have the players that are going to be able to, that are going to grow and be better than they are. Like a guy like, this Manson would be kind of nice. He's 28, 84. Sign up for 3 years. He's 31 at the end of his contract, but that's $5 million for a guy that I think we're going to have. In Brendan Gooley, I think Brendan Gooley's going to be at least an 83. These guys would be top 4 guys, which I think in our top 4 is fine as well. So as far as goaltending is concerned, who is available? I wonder. Mrazek is available at 86, and then there's not a lot of good backup potential goalies, or just backups in general out there. Let's go ahead and see. Am I missing out on any potential players? There's a low starter. He's 78-25 though. That's too old for me, for my liking. Besides, we got plenty of goalies in the system. Potential-wise here, obviously Leon Draisaitl. Anyone who's an unrestricted free agent. Quenneville, he'd be an all right signing for the AHL. Minor scoring forward, 24, 78 overall. He could be somebody that we called up later in the year. You know what? We'll go ahead and offer him a 2-way contract. Perfect. Cousins here. He's just a depth forward. He's not going to grow. He's pretty much locked in 81 there. We got guys like that down in the minors too. Emile Poirier, a good... he's pretty good on like the penalty kill and stuff like that, but his defensive category, they're pretty good. But that's not the kind of guy I want. There's this guy, 71 overall, Stanislav Kulemin, drafted in the 3rd round by the Coyotes. They let him go. We got plenty of we got plenty of players down there in the AHL to go ahead and play. So, Tulola. Isn't this the guy that was on St. Louis? I thought this was the guy. Yeah, this is the guy that St. Louis had, isn't it? Let me go ahead and check out his stats. Yeah, he played this past season and played 26 games in the playoffs. Yeah, because we went to a... Yeah, this is that guy. They let him walk. He's only an 82. Jeez. He was up to an 87. He must have been really, really happy with everything. That's incredible. I've never seen a player make that kind of jump. Yeah, no, nobody here really looks like the kind of player that I would want to go ahead and get. So we'll just go ahead and, as far as overall is concerned, like these guys would be nice, but we've already, Nicholas Backstrom, he wants $8.2 million. That's way too much money. Leon Draisaitl's are, let's go unrestricted because I don't want to give up my second-round picks or whatever. Again, Hamonic is fine as far as a defenseman, but he's a top 4. Too much money again, in my opinion. Don't need Kulikov back because that's just the thing. Like, we let guys like Kulikov and Backes go. Well, because Backes is 36 and he's not going to be as good anymore. And a guy like Kulikov was way too much money for us for what he was doing. Does anyone like Stone? Like, he could be even on that third. You know what? No, I don't think I'm going to make any signings. I think I'm going to keep this $10.36 million and run with it so that maybe we can make a trade later on and acquire a star player if we need to, if the season's not going very well. Oh, look, there's Mark Pysyk. How does he simulate? Okay. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go puck skills as far as defensemen are concerned, because I'm confident in our forwards. This guy has really, really good puck skills. What's he got? 87 puck control and passing. Let's see. He's got absolutely no stats. Because I want to look for defensemen that'll get points for us. The only guy here that would be worth signing would be Mark Stone, but his puck skills category isn't. Actually, how many points per season does he get? Actually 17, so not a ton of points. Actually, look at that. This year he got 31 points. He must have been playing on a higher line. And as far as the playoffs, yeah, he didn't get a lot of points in the playoffs. You know what? We don't need a guy like this. As nice as it would be to have a guy who puts up points. 30 years of age, it's not worth it for how much does he want? I'd have to jack that up to at least $6 million for 3 years. That's not the kind of timeline and not the kind of player that we want to have on this team. We got lots of young guys who will step in and fill the roles of those players. So we'll just go ahead and advance a day. Just see if anybody signed anywhere. Nope, nobody looks to have left the board here. Yeah, again, guys, I don't think I want like Manson here. He's a pretty interesting player. At 28, a defensive defenseman with fantastic defensive stats. He's actually a really good player. But for over $5 million, let's go ahead and look. I'm counting on Goalie jumping up in overall because I think he's listed as a top 4 defenseman, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and look at the contracts here. So we got this season and next season. I think after the 21-22 season is when we have to sign a lot of players. Anyway, we'll go ahead and look at our defenseman here. Is overall, yeah, Brendan Gooley is an 80. He's listed as medium top 4 potential, so he could actually have a decent spike in overall this upcoming season. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, top 4, 80, 22. I think he'll jump at least to an 83. Bean will be at least an 85. And then in the system here, we have Cal Foote, who I think will jump up to an 84, if I'm not mistaken. Forward-wise, or let's check out goalies really quick. Allmark's here, and so is Flood, these two guys. Johansson's probably going to have to sit the bench. And then in the main roster, we've got Chad Johnson for $1 million for 1 year. We have Matt Murray signed for 3 more years. As well, I don't think I showed you guys the contracts, but none of the contracts I offered were really that lucrative or that big of a deal. Chad Johnson, 84, 34. He might go down to an 83, and if he does and we don't have anybody better, we'll have to deal with it. But if he goes down enough or somebody jumps high enough, we will go ahead and get rid of Chad Johnson and then use whoever jumps as our backup goaltender. Forward-wise, we have Jack Eichel, Reinhart, and O'Reilly. That actually might be the first line this year, just because Eichel and O'Reilly played really well together. Then Okposo, Roslovic, and Marner wouldn't be that bad of a second line. with Del Cal, Gergensons, Baptiste, Carrier. Yeah, where? Oh, Nylander's not in the main roster. Yeah, there he is, Nylander. So he's going to be in there somewhere. We have way too many players to know what to do with. We might need to trade players away for draft picks. So, I thought we had a player meeting. So I will simulate to the next season, and we will see how everyone does, and then I will set the lines, and that'll probably do it for this video. Oh, guys, sorry about that. I was quiet for a second because I was planning on cutting this part out. But Quenneville accepted our offer. He's an AHL guy. He's signed for like 2 or 3 years, I'm pretty sure. He looks like he's going to be pretty decent. So there's another forward to add to the list of a congested forward core. It's not like we need a top-line forward. Last year might have been the year to go do it. Oh, look, a player morale meeting. Who wants to talk? Oh, Quenneville. Yeah, I do too. You can perform at a high level, though. So he doesn't care about demanding, which, isn't the worst thing in the world. In the AHL, nobody wants to talk. I can't call people up or down, so don't think that this is the roster for any second. But what I was saying is we have a pretty stacked middle part of our roster here as far as forwards are concerned, because we've got guys like Sam Reinhart and Jack Eichel who will be lifetime first-liners. We just need to find somebody to complement them. Okposo did pretty well, but I saw that when I put Alex Nylander and Ryan O'Reilly with Jack Eichel, they took off. So maybe that means I move guys like Reinhart and Okposo to the second line, centered by Mitch Martyr, possibly. Or if Del Cal jumps, it's going to be confusing, especially with all the overalls, and see how much ice time everybody wants. But we will see when this goes ahead and simulates to the next season for us. What I'm envisioning is keeping the same forward lines as last season was, as far as the Okposo, Eichel, Reinhart trio, followed by O'Reilly, Roslovic, and then, maybe even Nylander. But Del Cal, if I give him more ice time, I'm pretty sure he will perform. I know he didn't perform a lot for us, except in the Islanders series, because that was a revenge series for him. But he didn't perform a lot during the regular season, but that's probably because he wasn't getting the ice time or playing with the right players. Our third line would then look like maybe Arthur McNeely or Zemgus Girgensons, Alex Nylander, and Mitch Martyr? Yeah, it might be Mitch Martyr. Yeah, he could be on the... Wow, we have lots of forwards that I don't know what to do with yet. I have to see who does what. I think moving Nylander up to the first line would be a little too much, but maybe putting him on one of the power plays with Jack Eichel would be good, because we saw how they performed. All right, we're at the next season. Let's go ahead and check out the lines. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me do roster moves first before we go ahead and check out the lines. Because I want the players that are going to be in the NHL right now. Because I hate how they keep guys like Nylander and that down in the AHL. So let's go ahead and start with goalies. So yep, Chad Johnson did regress to an 83. As far as in the system, Flood's up to an 80. Allmark is an 80 as well. He didn't jump at all. And Johansson's still an 86. So Flood went up by 2 points. Overall points, that is. And is now an 80, so I hope he's getting the start down there in the AHL. Defenseman, Bryson Martin. Yeah, this is the... So Bryson Martin's now up to 76. I think he was a 69, so it's not that terrible of a core down here. But let's see, in the NHL. So Goalie and Cal Foote did not jump. So, boys, I might have made a huge mistake as far as not signing people. I was expecting a guy like Cal Foote to grow. Is that... forwards now. Let's go ahead and check out in the system. Oh, wow. Look at McNeely and Nylander are now up to an 85 and an 84. Yeah, so those guys are definitely ready for the NHL. As far as Fashing, Bailey, Quenneville, Olofsson, I want to send all those guys down. Olofsson, is there anybody else that I could call up? Postler is better than Olofsson. He's got a medium bottom 6, and he's 25-81. Whereas Olofsson is 25 medium top 9. Sniper, individual stats. Wow, this guy is fast. Let's go ahead and check out the other guy, Postler. He is also pretty fast, and I like his puck skills a little bit more, so we'll go ahead and call him up and send Olofsson down. Yeah, so I will go ahead and edit the lines, and I will show you guys as soon as I'm done. All right, guys, I am back. And I am really, really happy with how this team has looked like. Like, just look at the overalls on this team. Just don't look at the names. Look at the overalls on this team. And I think we are even better than the team that won the Stanley Cup. And I think this is the best team we've put together. We're very solid down the middle and on the outsides. And we have a very solid defensive core that I'll just go ahead and show you in a minute. But what I decided to do is leave Eichel and Reinhart together because Reinhart's a pretty good passer. Eichel's a really good shooter. Eichel's super fast as well. Reinhardt's a really good defensively, as you can see by his defensive awareness up at 90, so his awareness is great. And then Nylander is up to 95 passing and 96 offensive awareness. So I think on the first line, Nylander will be able to feed these guys the puck quite a bit. And I think we're going to see a huge year from Jack Eichel playing alongside these two great playmakers. I know Nylander is listed as a two-way forward, but his defensive category isn't that great, which is why I'm happy that Reinhardt's up to a 90 in defensive awareness. Now our second line, you guys kept telling me to trade away Okposo. I almost listened to you guys. I almost traded him away. He's going to be now on our second line, and he's 32, so he will be fine. I mean, he's only 3 years left at $6 million, so it's a little bit, but don't forget, guys, we've got plenty of cap space. So he's that perfect player to complement Ryan O'Reilly. They play both a physical style, two-way forward, both pretty good defensively and physical. Their senses are great. And then Jack Roslovic took a serious jump for us this year, up from an 88 to a 90 overall now. And he's still listed as a second-line forward, so I don't know how that works. But his shot is a 5-star shot. His shooting category is great. I just would like his offensive awareness to get up there a little bit, and skating-wise, he is fantastic. He's good physically. Defensively, he is also good. So we have a really defensive second line here. I know Okposo is only listed at 4 stars, but I mean his defensive awareness is at 86, and besides, he can give a little offensive punch to this line, as well as Jack Roslovic. So this is going to be a really, really good second line for us. And I remember when I thought I broke Nylander, and it was taking him really, really long time to flourish. He was 21 last year. He was 18 when we started our GM mode. So, I mean, he took his time, but he's pretty good now. Anyway, our third line is another line that I'm really, really happy with. We traded for Dalcal, who's still listed as a third line scoring forward, and I think he's going to have a very significant impact for us. I mean, look at that. He's got 5-star shooting, a 4.5-star skating, 4.5-star puck skills, 4.5-star senses. The defensive awareness is up at 85, stick checking at 82. Wish he was a little bit more physical, but, I'm not going to complain. Then, centering them, we have Mitch Martyr, who we traded for last year because he was disgruntled. He wasn't even in the NHL. He's listed as a second-line forward, but don't worry about that, guys. I've handled it. He's pretty good. He's a good third-line center for us for sure. He's got a great defensive awareness and pretty good at face-offs. Offensive awareness is great. Passing is great for a third-line guy. Would like his shot to be a little bit better, but that's why we have a guy like Dalcal here who's got a fantastic shot for us alongside Mitch Martyr who can get him the puck. And then our up-and-comer, Arthur McNeely, the American sniper. Here, we drafted him actually in the 6th round. So that goes to show you guys that's why you do your due diligence in the draft and do it all the way through. We drafted this guy in the 6th round. Look at that shooting category, skating, puck skills. I mean, the dude's got a 91 passing and at least an 86 in shooting. His defensive category could be a little bit better, but I think Mitch Martyr and Dalcal can make up for that. And then on our fourth line here, we have Marcus Foligno, Zemgus Girgensons, and Nicholas Baptiste. I didn't put Baptiste on the penalty kill. I did put Foligno on the penalty kill. I think he's alongside Ryan O'Reilly or Girgensons. But as far as the fourth line is concerned, we have a really physical fourth line here, wear the other team down. And, a guy like Baptiste can put the puck in the net, as we saw. He netted one in Game 7 against Toronto to send us to the Stanley Cup Finals. His shooting category is great. Skating is good. Physical is good. Senses could get a little better, but, and then you got Girgensons, who's pretty much an all-around guy. I don't see him growing much more than 84, but I'm perfectly happy with him centering our fourth line here. I mean, he's got a really good defensive category, and I think they can put in points and be physical against the opponents. So there it is, guys. Again, Nylander and Reinhart with Eichel, and I think Eichel's going to have a huge year for us. This second line is a really good two-way line who can still put the puck in the net. Third line is a lot of young guys here who I think have a lot of potential to grow together. And then our fourth line is a lot of two-way power forward players who can hit and they're pretty good defensively. And when you need them, they might put in a goal or two. Defensively, my gamble didn't quite pay off, but hopefully we can get these two guys down here at the bottom to grow. Same thing with Jake Bean. It doesn't look much different than last year, other than Goalie is now getting the full-time start. I know he's listed as a minor top 2 defenseman, but his skating is great. His defensive awareness isn't going to let us down. He's got a great shot. I mean, his shot power is almost at a 99. I would just like him to be better passing-wise, but I don't think he's going to be a liability defensively. Cal Foote, basically the same thing. He's listed as a two-way defender, but he's definitely plays more like a defensive defenseman with a great shot. His defensive category is 4.5 stars. His offensive awareness up at 88, but I would like his passing to be a little bit higher than a 75. Hopefully that'll grow for us. Not a real physical line here, but we don't have a lot of physical defensemen. Then, as you guys can see here on our second pairing, we have Jake McCabe and Jake Bean. So the Jakes are playing together. Awesome. I just realized that, the Jake and Jake. The JJ line. All right. Let's see here. Jake McCabe is that defensive defenseman for us. You know, he's got pretty good defensive awareness category. Skating is all right. Shooting is all right. Physical is all right. I mean, there's nothing really bad about him, but there's nothing too great about him. I may end up moving Cal Foote up halfway through the year because I'm sure Cal Foote will be a little bit better than him if he isn't already. You guys go ahead and let me know if you think I should move Cal Foote up with Jake Bean. Jake Bean is here mostly because of his shooting, defense, and skating. I mean, defensively, he's not going to get beaten. I mean, he's got 5-star defense with 89 defensive awareness, and his skating speed is up at 97. His shooting, his shot is fantastic. Passing is all right. Puck control is really good. His offensive awareness is the only thing that lacks, and he is an offensive defenseman, so it just happens sometimes, guys. Offensive defensemen are just better defensively. And then obviously we have Rasmus Ristolainen and Cam Fowler. I don't really highlight these guys much because I just expect them to be good, but look at Cam Fowler with that 5-star defense. He's got a pretty good shot as well, and puck skills are up there. Rasmus Ristolainen, basically the same thing, except he's much more physical, well-rounded, and his shot I don't think is quite as good in my opinion, but you know, his offensive awareness is a little bit better. They're pretty much on par with each other. Risto just gets them for the physical category. Oh, right, special teams here. So I decided to keep the first line together, but now it's Jack Roslovic with Rasmus Ristolainen here on the point, just because Jack's got a really, really good shot, and I'd like him to get as much ice time as possible as a second line forward. So Okposo here listed as a first line forward. I'm going to play him with O'Reilly and Marner. Hopefully these guys, Marner will be able to set him up, and then Fowler and Foote down here as the defensive pairing. This first line, I really hope it gets me a lot of points. I think it's going to be a really good simulation line for us. And then down here, these are just guys I want to have ice time because, you know, they're listed as higher up players. Like guys like McNeely and Dalcal are okay with being third line scoring forward, so they're fine with their ice time. But Mitch Martyr would like a little bit more. As far as the penalty kill is concerned, I have Gergensons and Roslovic. I didn't think I wanted to put Roslovic here, but then I looked at his defensive category, and it's 5 stars, 89 defensive awareness, great stick checking, great skating, and you know he might put a shorty in or two. And then I have Foligno and O'Reilly together down here, so that should be fine. Goaltending, again, it's Matt Murray. He's an 86. He still might grow. He's 26 years of age. So he's probably not going to grow, but if he can jump up to an 87 or even an 88, I'd be really happy about it. But as long as he keeps simulating well, I don't care what his overall is. And then Chad Johnson, who played quite well for us last year, actually, especially when come playoff time. For some reason, he was in there. But anyway, yeah. So he plays well as a backup for us. So he's not gonna be the reason we lose any games. Scratched. I did send Carrier and Postler down just because there was no place for them. Now I could trade away a guy like Marcus Foligno and call up Carrier, but I just think Foligno is better at what he does than William Carrier is at what he does. You know, he's supposed to be a sniper, but he doesn't have the greatest shooting or offensive just stats whatsoever, and then he just wouldn't be quite as good defensively for us. Same thing with Postler. I mean, he's a great skater, but I would rather have Marcus Foligno back there on that fourth line. Defensively, there's nobody that we really need to worry about down here in the AHL. And then here we have Flood and Ullmark as our goaltenders. And I hope Flood makes the jump because I don't foresee myself re-signing Chad Johnson after next season. So there you have it, guys. Those are the lines. Let me know if you think I should change anything, if anybody needs to move around. Maybe, not give Nylander the shot on the first line, or move Roslovic or Okposo back up there, or something like that. You guys go ahead and let me know. I will go ahead and look at it. I do read every comment, so go ahead and let me know what you guys think I should do. That is it for this video. We're ready to start season number 5 and defend our Stanley Cup title. I will see you guys when we start the simulation in the very next video.